Greg, what else you got?
So I fear, because I see our little rundown right now, and I fear that I might be going head-to-head with my good friend Mike Calabrese here in just a moment. But maybe this is a home field T-shirt bet or something. We'll see. I got to put my Alabama money where my mouth is here. I love this team. I think that in the preseason, most people would have told you that Alabama is better than Auburn, and they hit some hiccups largely in the Players Era Festival. And Auburn was lights out for 2 months. And I feel like that narrative really flipped. I think these teams are going to split this year. This is the game to get Alabama. If you go through this series, 19 of the last 25 games in Alabama-Auburn, the home team has been victorious. That's played especially true in the Nate Oates era. I think he's 4-1 against Auburn at home. And you look at what has caused Auburn problems this year in their 2 losses, right? Duke and Florida. Duke and Auburn, or Duke and Florida, are 2 of the best teams in the country, clearly. Alabama meets that metric as well. But you have to have positional size. You have to have relentless rim pressure. You have to be able to rebound your misses and generate
offensive rebounds. Huge.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Alabama does. That's how Florida beat this team. Condon was fantastic down low. And I just think Alabama has the horses to do that. And now to use a little Mike Calabrese winky face special here. You love this. I hear it all the time from you on this show. Evan Mia's opponent adjust ranking. Alabama is 3rd out of the top 25 teams in the country. They play up to their big competition games. Auburn is right around neutral in the metric. They're fine. They've had some stinkers against good teams. They've had some good games against good teams. But I think this place is going to be rocking. It's likely a split, but this is the game to get Alabama. So I got the Tide to cover.
Yeah, this is a game where having Amorie could really help them. But I tend to think Alabama's going to win as well. Now, 3-point variance will probably have a say. If Alabama's like red hot like they were, there are games where Alabama, and for our future, you just hope that these come in like the Final Four in the Elite Eight against like elite competition. But there are games where Alabama, they shoot like 16 of 29 from 3. They're unbeatable. All right, like that just happened against Texas, and you just have no chance against them. They're going to put up 100 plus. So if they do that, I think they win by double digits. If they're way off and they just have one of those stinker nights, they can still win this game with offensive rebounds and other avenues. But the 3-point, and in these big games, the 3-pointer and how Alabama shoots obviously is always going to have a big say. I think the Tide get it done. Calabrese, you disagree?
I'm going to go Auburn, and I think the big reason for it is I have this feeling that Oates is going to go 5 out and try to bomb away and take the big cliff off the court for long stretches, so that essentially what Auburn's able to do, all their block rate and the way that they defend the rim, kind of negate that and put all those eggs in the 3-point basket. Because, I mean, this isn't a cop-out. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'll give you the home field bet, whatever you want in terms of a T-shirt. I think Auburn wins this game. However, if Alabama decides to play that perimeter-focused attack, they could win this game by 20 points, and I wouldn't be shocked because, as Stuck said, they could bomb in 16 threes. I've seen them do it on their way to the Final Four. I've seen them do it in big spots time and time again. Also, this is just what modern college basketball is. If they start 2 for 17 or something from 3, and they have to, essentially bring the fight to Auburn in the half court and run some stuff into the low post and not necessarily have those offensive rebound opportunities, those long misses, instead being, shooting inside of the arc and trying to feed the post and get to the rim, then all of a sudden I think Auburn is in a real power position. And on the offensive end, I just think that the Tigers are far more multi-versatile in terms of how they can beat you. If the threes are falling, that's fantastic, but they still have post opportunities with Broome. They still have an opportunity with multiple guards, including Pettiford coming off the bench, to be someone who's instant offense, who can beat you off the dribble, get people into foul trouble. And that's the last piece of it. I think Sears, how many fouls he draws, will tell the story of this game, because he can get downhill and he can draw fouls. And if he gets someone like Broome in foul trouble, or if he gets, a few of their guards and it throws off their rotation in foul trouble, I think that's a huge advantage. It's something that I know it frustrates Alabama fans. Sometimes he's a dribble drive guy to a fault, But I think in this game, that's really the whistle is going to be a huge impact on who ends up winning it. But I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. As I said, Auburn gets it done and really kind of resets the pecking order in the SEC. I'm going by the numbers. Ken Pom says this is a historically good Auburn team, historically good team that profiles to a national champion in the last 10 years, whereas Alabama profiles to more of a boom or bust team in terms of, their high end being national title caliber. But I could see them shooting their way out of this game. So I'm going to stick to that. We'll see. I could have egg on my face by halftime when they're up by 15 points because the threes are falling, but that's just my take on this one.
I think you will get points at least. I think Alabama's going to be a favorite, or at least close a favorite. No line out as we record this.
Mike, let's formalize a bet. You want to do the home field T-shirt bet?
I would love it. I don't have any War Eagle stuff in my wardrobe right now. I gifted them away the last time I was on the plane, so I'd be happy to take some home field stuff off your hands.
Let's do it.